What is going on, YouTube? Ask and you shall receive. So in my last video, I made like an off the cuff comment, like, hey, if you guys want to see how to live on 10 to 12 gallons per day, let me know. And everybody chimed in like, yeah, let me know. So let me first start by saying that none of these ideas are like Prepper Princess original ideas, okay? I got these ideas from Brad Lancaster, Rabbit Hatchery in Slab City, and from a couple videos that I watched about Day Zero in Cape Town, South Africa. So, you know what? I'm just going to link some videos down below that you guys can watch. They're actually really interesting stories. And one of them was in Cape Town. They almost hit Day Zero where the water was going to be completely shut off. And they had to like band together as citizens and like conserve like they've never conserved before. And there was this one particular family in the video that showed all these different things they do. And like, I do mine differently, and I'm actually a little bit more efficient than them, but I do it differently. Like, so one of their things was in the sink, they took off the nozzle on the bottom and then they drained it into a bucket whenever they washed their hands. And then they would save their bath water to flush the toilet. And then I watched the video from the Slab City guy, and he was saying, because they have to haul all their own water, there's no services out there whatsoever. And he said it's not about so much using less, but it's about bouncing off the water, how many different times you can use it. And I kind of put a couple of them together and I was like, oh, okay. So the guy who was saving his bath water to flush his toilet, you know, he could have used that water to wash his clothes before he used it to flush the toilet. So he would have gotten an extra use out of it. You see what I'm saying? That type of thing. So I sort of just like implemented this all together. With Brad Lancaster, he talks more about like stuff that I'm not into, like not showering, having a composting toilet instead of a regular toilet. And he lives in a normal suburb where he gets municipal water. And like, I'm not into the not showering, not flushing the toilet thing, but there are different ways that you can do it so that you can still like use 10 gallons a day or less. So I'm going to just get into it and show you how you can shower, flush your toilet, do your dishes, water your garden, which, by the way, in Africa was illegal. Like, you would get fined if you watered your garden during this whole thing, which I thought was crazy. But yeah, I'll show you how you can do that. Not a huge garden, and I'm not talking about the lawn because my lawn is dead. I'm talking about like growing a garden, not a lawn, like not like an acre of lawn. That's not going to work on 10 gallons a day. But their limit was 50 liters, which is approximately 13 gallons per day. And I do want to tell you how this all started. When I was living in Arizona, Lake Mead had a shortage and I wanted to conserve water, but unfortunately, like there's no way to track how much water I use in a day because the water bill came in units and units were 1,000 gallons. And every month I used 1 unit, but they rounded up. So I could have used 20 gallons and it would have been rounded up to 1,000. But here in California, I am able to see exactly how many gallons I use. And the average person uses 100 gallons per day. So over a month, that's 3,000 gallons. When I am not conserving, when I'm not even trying, when I'm flushing whenever I want, showering and bathing as long as I want, doing as many loads of laundry as I want, washing my car as much as I want, I use approximately 675 gallons. And the average person uses 3,000. So that's like 1/5 of, you guys can do the math for me. I'm sure that you'll do that in the comments section anyway, but that's like a lot less than the average person. So I wanted to see how much I can really, really conserve. And I was able to like cut it into like a third. So I used like, it was less than 300 gallons in a month, which equates to less than 10 gallons per day. But sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, blah, blah, blah. And I will show you the different things that I did. So let's go. So in the winter time, when I needed to take a shower, most people just go and they turn on the hot water and they turn it on, they let it run, and they wait until it gets hot. I didn't do that. I would not even fill this up. It would be like 1/3 to 1/2 way full, and then I would wait till it got hot enough, which I don't need to do now because it's practically July and it's like 100 degrees outside. Then I would pour it in a bucket when it was super hot, and then I would mix it with whatever amount of cold water I needed. That's probably about a gallon. Then I'd mix it with whatever cold water I needed. And by the way, I'm only doing this like as an example. I wasn't walking around with buckets every day. I wasn't doing that. But I would fill it up with whatever cold water I needed. And to be honest with you, that's enough, and it's not even much at all. Way down there. And then, I wouldn't use a bucket. I would just turn on the water, rinse, and then I have these special gloves that I use, and then rinse off again. I'll show you an example. Okay. Y'all like your visuals. Okay. And you're crooked. That's awesome. Hold on. Okay. By the way, before you do anything, plug the tub so that all your water gets saved. Plug your tub. Okay, I don't have a cup. Where's my cup? Oh, sorry, guys. Cup. And I just got it all dirty with my feet. Anyway, you guys are gonna love this because it's like gonna be cold. Oh, lovely. Oh my gosh. Hi, Nala. No, mommy's fine. Mommy's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. You guys are such good doggies to check on me. Oh, I know I'm fine, Rocky. I'm fine. I'm fine. You guys are so good. You guys are so good. You're such good doggies. Checking on mommy. You so cute. You so cute. These are, I don't know what they are, but they're gloves. You can use a washcloth. And then you just soap them up. And then as normal, you wash yourself. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but you know, you wash yourself. All that good stuff. Get soap all over my clothes for you guys, because I'm not gonna do this in a bikini. Way too old for that. You're such a good girl. You're my little guard dog. Yeah, you're my little guard dog. You're adorable. You're adorable. Mommy loves you. Hey, give me a kiss. Mwah, good girl. And then you just rinse off. Oh, just the first one's the worst. And remember, in the wintertime, that would be hot water in oh. Comedy for you guys. I hope you're enjoying it. Ugh, it's cold, but it's not bad actually. So we're gonna pretend that I did my whole body, and there's still plenty of water left in here, but we're also going to scoop up what we already used and put it in the bucket, which you don't have to watch. And look at my scary white legs. Okay, next step is we're taking that probably a half gallon that we used to wash ourselves, and then adding a couple more gallons to make it about 3 gallons, and I'm gonna do the laundry. And the laundry is just doing what was used yesterday, and you do not have to change your clothes every day unless they're dirty. Now, I do have a normal washing machine, which is a high efficiency washer, but it uses 17 gallons. This one uses like anywhere from, you can use as little as 1 up to 15 gallons. And I prefer this. It uses less energy, takes less time, and we're not using soap because, as you guys know, I only use soap about once every 3rd or 4th wash, and my clothes just aren't really that dirty. So we're just gonna wait for that, and then you'll see the next step. Okay, while we're waiting for the laundry to get done, I'm gonna show you most people, I don't know how most people do their dishes, but I'm assuming they do it like this. Now that's not how we do dishes when we're trying to save water. When I do dishes, I take the scrubber, I put soap on the scrubber, and this faucet has a function that can make it so it's an aerated flow. So I'll just go like that, real quick, scrub it. Then just do this. And that's how you do dishes. I use probably 1 gallon to do my dishes, and that's about it. Even when I have pots and pans. And when it comes to like cleaning counters and stuff, so every morning when I was trying to conserve water, I have these sprayers. This one is 1 part like imitation Dawn and the rest is water, and this is just water. So if I need to clean countertops or whatnot, every morning I would fill these if they even needed to be filled, and I would fill my Berkey, which is and this is a gallon Berkey, and I mean I don't drink more than a gallon, and I get all my water from the Berkey. And then just in case, I've got water, 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 and water. So make sure that those are all filled first thing in the morning, and that's less than that's about a gallon, 1 gallon. So we've got 3 gallons to take a shower, do the laundry, and pretty soon we're gonna be washing the floors, and then we're gonna use it to flush the toilets. But if I needed to scrub the counters or dust or whatnot, I'm just using this spray bottle. I'm not wetting the rag and doing all that. It's just simply like that. But we're also going to, when we drain the water, it's gonna look gross and dirty, and that's fine with me, because what else are you gonna use it for? Or the other option is you can take that dirty water. I think that's what we'll do. Take the dirty water and use that to water your plants, and then you can just flush as you normally would, but keep it, I'll show you. Go from normal to drain. Gonna wait for that to fill up, see how much we get. If you look at the clothes, you can actually see the soap suds from when I took my shower. So there is soap residue on the clothing. Okay, now remember, we're trying to get as many uses out of this water as we possibly can. And obviously I'm not gonna use that for anything like dishwashing or bathing, but I can use it to wash the floor, and trust me, this is the only way my floor gets clean. A mop does not do it because it's like porous. So and it still has soap suds. You can actually see the soap suds. And I'm going to use a towel to dry it. And then when I'm done with the towel, it just goes in the little washing machine for tomorrow's wash. Now, if you don't have a washing machine like that, you're just gonna have to do your washing in the 5-gallon bucket if you're looking to save water. And that is a pain in the rear end. It's not my favorite thing to do, that's for sure. But if water conservation is your goal, then that's what you gotta do. And you never know. New Mexico's dealing with it right now. There's no water restrictions for Lake Mead, but there could be someday. You never know. Sometimes, one time, when I was in Arizona, the grid went down and then the water just stopped. So that was a conservation effort in itself. It was only for a couple days, but it still stopped. And you never know. And some people around the US get charged like per gallon. So if you're looking to conserve, this is the way to do it. Next step. Okay, we are back in the bathroom, and believe it or not, your toilet is the biggest water user in the house. We've got about 2.5 to 3 gallons there, and it's dirty water. We had a bath, we did our laundry, we washed the floor. Now it's toilet time. So when it comes to your toilet, you have to close it off back here and make it so it doesn't refill the tank every time you flush. So when you flush, there you go. So now this gives us 3 flushes per day. Now in Africa, they were doing like 1 flush per day. They were really going on it. I would prefer 2 or 3 flushes per day. There's a couple things you can do in here. So you can buy a toilet fill valve for about $5 to $10, and it replaces this thing, and you can set it. It'll have a little round setter on here that allows you to adjust the water level to whatever you want, which can be anywhere from as low as 1/3 of a gallon. This is a 1.6 gallon per flush. And so I put a 1/2 gallon milk container in. You can't see it, but there's a little 12-ounce bottle right here. So that brings it down to 1 gallon per flush. So that's pretty efficient. And that'll give me 3 flushes per day. And that's one thing. And then, of course, I'm gonna put the tub, I'm gonna put it in the bathtub and then cover it so you don't see it. And then when you have guests, yes, you just put it back on like normal. But one of the things that I had to do is fill the tank and then turn it back on because I use my bidet. So the bidet doesn't come from tank water. It doesn't come from the tank. It comes from clean water directly from the wall. So there's that. All right, so you've got 1 gallon in maybe your cleaning stuff and your drinking water, and then we use another 3 gallons for all of that stuff. It's just like that guy from the rabbit tree place said, make it bounce off as many different things as you can before you use it all up. So we've really only used, let's say 4 gallons out of our allotted 13 gallons, which leaves us 9 gallons left. So at the end of the day, after you've gone through your whole day and you've washed your hands and your face and you're ready, you did a quick scrub up right before bed, then you're gonna have that 8 or 9 gallons left and you can water your plants. And that is what I do. Or you can also, you don't have to shower every single day. You can do it every other day, and then you can allot more water towards your garden. I have a small garden. I've got, what is that? Eggplant, spearmint, watermelon, and zucchini. And then over there, I've got some more watermelon and a little bit of lettuce. And then I've got my fruit trees. Now, you're probably thinking, well, I don't know what you're thinking, but I just don't use a lot of water. And typically what I do is I just use the laundry water to water the garden, and then I just flush as usual. But check it out. They're about halfway ready. My first year with apples. This is year 1, and I counted 40. I counted 40 apples. Pear tree doesn't have anything. Oh, and I've got these, I'm growing banana trees. These are called ice cream banana trees. They are, what's the word? Cold resistant. They're the most cold resistant banana tree you can get. And believe it or not, I got them when they were like 3 inches tall. And I'm gonna plant those in October or November. They're gonna go over there against that fence. And I mean, that's really all it is. You don't have to water your garden every day. Maybe it's a California thing. We don't water our lawns. So you can see over there, it's a little bit green because there gets a lot of shade, and that's where most of my water goes, is towards my trees, and it just kind of turns the surrounding grass green. But back here, nothing. It's just dead. but that happens for one season out of the year, and that is typically like late spring, early summer, and it just bounces back every year. So we don't worry about our lawns here. At least most of us don't. And then laundry on the line back there. That's about all there is to it. I would like to say, some people will say, what about this? What about this? What about this? I tell you what, if you've gotten this far on the video, and if you are still going to ask, what about this? And it's something that doesn't need to be done, but once every 2 weeks, don't ask, because I'm not gonna put one thing that needs to happen once every 2 weeks into a daily type video. Car washes, I'll give you that one because I washed my car this morning. I just got it back from the shop. I got new struts and shocks, and it's like the smoothest ride ever. Now, I don't wash my car like almost hardly ever. So what I like to do is I keep the windows and the tires clean. And the windows, I use a microfiber cloth and just this, streak free. And then I'll just use the same stuff for the tires, but a regular washcloth. And my car looks super clean. 26 years old, still doesn't have 100,000 miles yet. Thank you very much. I hope it's a 1,000,000 mile car. Toyota Camry 98, it's gonna last forever. Forever, and it drives, it's so smooth now. It's so, before the shocks and stretch, like I would go over a dip or something and you just hear this crunch. And yeah, had to save up for that one, but totally worth it. All right, folks, I hope this video has been helpful. If you're trying to save water, that's the way to do it. That's the way I do it. And it saved a lot of water. And remember, again, that's what they did in Cape Town. That's what they did that's what Brad Lancaster does in Tucson, Arizona. And that's what they do at the Rabbit Hatchery at Slab City, where they have to haul their water. You've got to use your water as many different times as you can. Bounce it off. Think about it. Maybe you guys can think outside the box and comment below. Is there something more I could have done with my water? Could I have done another task with it? Let me know. All right, folks. Oh, don't forget to check out my book, Living on Almost Nothing. Link in description box below, along with those videos. I'm going to go ahead and find those and put the links in the description. Do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.